How to add historic childhood vaccinations. I'm going to review my data and I'm going to go to vaccinations. Now, I can't quite remember all the vaccinations I had as a child, so I'm going to have to put in an approximation. But that's perfectly fine because we need to know that you've had vaccinations and roughly what they are. Now, the childhood vaccinations have changed so much over time, so we've got a couple of options for you. When you click to add a vaccination, if you know which vaccination you had, say for example the DTaP or the Tdap as it's called in different places, or the MMR, we've got all of those listed. So you can type in MMR and you get the various different ones. One's with the chickenpox vaccine, one's on its own. I can type in DTaP and you've got the various different options in there with hepatitis B, which is fairly new to have it added, with HIB, with polio. There's lots of different variations in there. So choose the one that's closest. If it's not 100% accurate, don't worry. What we need to know is that you've had these things. If we want to take a deeper dive, or the researchers want to take a deeper dive at a later point, they can ask you for more details. But knowing that you've had some of these is really useful for us. So I'm not actually sure which ones of those I took. So we've got an option as well for choosing simply childhood vaccinations. And that's just a coverall to say you were vaccinated as a child, but you can't remember exactly what it was. That's perfectly fine for you to do that. And that's really useful for us. So childhood vaccinations, I have no idea what batch number. I don't know when they were because they would have been between about 18 months and 5 years. So I'm going to approximate because this will, if we need to do a deeper dive, this will give our researchers a rough idea of what you may have been given at that time because different vaccines have been added over the years. So I'm just going to put the 1st of January and I'm going to put a rough year, which would have been about 1975. That way our researchers will know certain things that I may have been given and probably what I wasn't given. For example, the hepatitis B has only recently been added and the chickenpox has only recently been added as well. Where did I take this vaccination? At a doctor's surgery. It was injected. Main reason, it was a childhood vaccine. That was all the reason. Was it mandated? No, not in this country. Was I given a payment or reward? Nope. It would have been verbally explained to my mum, I'm assuming, and I don't know the answers to any of these questions because I wasn't there and my mum can't remember it. So I'm simply going to choose no. I don't know if they asked about my health conditions. I don't know if they asked about my medications, and I don't know if they asked about any allergies. Was I asked to remain after vaccination? Again, I don't know. It was a very long time ago. And did I have a reaction to this? Not as far as I know. And that's all I need to add and save. And that's my childhood vaccinations logged. So now our researchers, when they're looking at this information, know that at some point in the previous past, I have had vaccinations.